Hello everyone, welcome back to Backstage Spotlight. Happy New Year. Today we've got with us Georgie Buckland.
Hi,
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you so much for joining
Amazing.
me. I'm so excited to talk to you.
Absolutely.
So tell everyone what you're currently touring the UK with.
So I am currently touring with Shrek the Musical, the UK and Ireland tour, and we are about halfway through the tour right now. So yeah, lots of fun.
That's so exciting. And what role do you play?
I play Gingy or the gingerbread man.
That's such a cool role to do. Are you
Pretty
enjoying it?
iconic. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
it's so
loving it.
iconic.
It's definitely the most fun job I've ever done.
Really?
Yeah, it's so fun. It's just camp, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh,
So
I saw
yeah.
it in Wimbledon,
Oh
and
yeah.
It was it was great. It was the first musical I ever saw when I was a child, when it was in London.
Really?
Yeah, so seeing it like again now at this age, it's like whole full circle, and I'm like, oh, it's
Because
great.
it's our version is quite different. Did you notice how different it was?
Yeah, I noticed bits of it, like Lord Farquaad not being on
Yeah,
his
of course.
knees, and then the people of Duloc, weren't they? I'm not sure, there was something different about them. I couldn't put my
Yeah,
finger
they
on it.
usually got these little blonde wigs, like the ones in the
Yes.
film, but they're in these like regal blue
Yeah,
things. It's cool. It's
that was
cool.
it. Yeah, no, but
Yeah.
I thought it was great. I absolutely loved it.
Oh
And
yeah.
what city are you in now?
Right now, when I'm recording this, we're in Blackpool,
Right,
but next year in January we will be in Glasgow. Yeah.
Glasgow. And how far is the tour going? Like when next year are you doing until?
So we are touring until May, until the 5th of May, I believe it is. And then we are going to the Hammersmith Apollo in London from, oh, July till September? Late
When
July till September.
when I saw that announcement, I was
Yeah.
so excited. I bet
So
you're
good,
so
right?
thrilled. Yeah.
We were buzzing because obviously from the start we wanted that to happen. So when it got announced, it was just amazing. We're there for 6 weeks, all throughout summer, so it's perfect.
Yeah. Oh, that's gonna be so good. What was the audition process like?
Okay, so my audition process was a kind of uh it was really chill. I thought it was going to be a lot more intense. I did 3 rounds. I did material for 2 rounds and then they added some more material for finals. I didn't have to do a dance call. But
Really?
I know that yeah, crazy, right?
That is crazy.
I know that all of the dancers had to do at least, I think it was two they did.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, they sent me some material. I was originally reading for Pinocchio, so that's
Yeah.
random.
Yeah.
Um, but then obviously they gave me the Gingy stuff and that's what stuck. So yeah,
That's
it was
great. It's
yeah,
so
it was
good.
cool.
And when you found out, were you like, that's so exciting?
Yeah, oh my God, I remember going to see it because I went to see it when Alice Fern played Gingy, which
Oh my
is
goodness.
hilarious. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And when I found it, I was like, oh my God, of course. I looked at my program because I went when I was like 11.
Yeah. That
So
must have been the same show that I saw when it was in
yeah,
London.
it would have in the West End.
Yeah.
But it's
Oh,
so
I bet
cute.
that was
Yeah,
just such a like out of body experience when you
I
found
was
out.
buzzing. I was in school because my job when I'm not performing is I work with key stage 2 primary school kids.
Oh, cute.
Um, so I remember going out of the classroom because I had a missed call from my agent. I was like, oh, it's the one, it's the
It's
call.
Shrek.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's so good. And you did
Yeah.
Bedknobs and Broomsticks as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I
How
did. That
was
was my
that?
first job. That job
Wow.
was really, really magical. I mean, it was a weird job to start with because obviously being a new show, nothing was set in stone. So in the rehearsal room, it was very much like a creative process rather than you go and stand on one, you go and stand on four.
Yeah.
Um, which I loved because it meant I was a swing on that job. So it was a lot to learn right off the bat. Like
Yeah.
first job, I'm thinking, okay, I'm a swing and it's a new show and it's a tour. It was a lot, but it was amazing. It was a beautiful show. I wish that more had happened with it, and hopefully in the future it
Yeah.
does. But
Hopefully
yeah,
it'll come back. Bedknobs
I
and
hope
Broomsticks.
so.
Right. From doing tours, what's your favorite location that you've performed in?
Ooh, oh, that's hard. There's so many good ones. Probably Manchester.
Yeah.
Manchester is a good, so the audiences are good, all the theatres are good, and it's really close to where I'm from because I'm from the lake. So it
Oh,
means that a lot of my
nice.
family can come. And
Yeah,
it's calm, it's good.
that's
It's
so
always good in
good.
Manchester. Yeah.
And before you did Bedknobs and Broomsticks, like where were you at in terms of like what training did you do, sort of thing?
Sure. I trained at the Royal Conservatoire of Scotland up in
Oh,
Glasgow.
great. Yeah.
So I always felt really like far removed from
Yeah,
everything
because
going
it's
on
a
in
long
London.
way. Yeah.
Such a long way. And in Scotland, it's like they have their own theatre hub. So
Right.
not being Scottish, it was like I know that I'm not going to necessarily get a lot of work up there. So I knew that I had to come down to London. So it was kind of useful in a way because you're just in your own little bubble in
Yeah.
get on with your training and you're not having to worry about all the other schools graduating because there's only one up there. Um, but yeah, it was weird. And then I graduated into COVID. So
Oh, so annoying.
yeah, my third year got cut off in March 2020. So I did my showcase and then that was it. And I was so lucky to get an agent. But I know that
Oh,
obviously
wow.
a lot of other schools, like people hadn't even done their showcases or their shows.
Yeah.
So
And it all just went silent and
it
flat
was
and
silent and no one knew what was going on. It was crazy. But I was lucky. And then it took me a year after graduating to get my first job, which I think is pretty standard even without
yeah.
COVID. I think a year seems to be like a rough ballpark of when people kind of have stuff going on.
Yeah.
Um,
It's hard
but
because you get the pressure of everyone at college like going out, getting agents, getting jobs, and you're just
yeah,
like, what do I do? But you've just got to
what do
hang
I
on to
do?
that, don't you?
Yeah, and you got to trust it. I think you see so many of the success stories of people getting agents straight away and getting jobs straight away, but the reality of it is you will have a period of time where you're just sat thinking, when is it going to happen? Is it going to happen?
Yeah.
Um, and that's the hardest part, I think. And you feel like you don't really have anyone that you can relate to because it looks like everyone's succeeding, but
Yeah.
that's not the reality of it at all.
Exactly. So in
Yeah.
those moments when you're not necessarily working or you've got like
Mm,
breaks, what do you find like yourself doing? Like you obviously talked about working with children. Like
yeah.
how do you fill your time?
So I always go back to school. So I've got two schools in Southeast London that I like to go back to
Nice.
and get into a routine. But on the weekends, I'll do things like workshops. I often go to LTR, London Theatre Runway,
Oh no.
and they do like intensive courses and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just a good way of being like, this is my life right now in a school, but also on the weekend, I'm still going to keep up my training and my
Yeah.
passion and you know. But yeah, I love having like going back to when I was a kid, having a school dinner and then going home at 4. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
It's great.
Yeah, it's
And you
just
get
easy life.
school holidays as well.
Exactly. You get school holidays and go home. It's just nice. I quite enjoy the routine. And when I come back to doing a performing job, it's weird because I get so used to waking up early and then having my evenings free, but it's like completely flipped upside down
Yeah,
when
it's
you're
like you're a change of
working.
lifestyle.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird.
Have any of the children you have taught come to see you in Shrek?
They have, yeah.
That's
I
so
taught I taught two year six classes, and they are now all in year seven. So I put out sort of an email before they left school to say, look, Miss Buckland's going to be in this. If you want to come see, because I know loads of them were asking, and I thought no one's going to come see. They're going to go to secondary school and forget about it. And I got a call when we were in Wimbledon for me to come down stage door, and I was like, I don't have anyone in. I don't know who said. I opened the door and it's like 15 of my kids with their parents. It was so
Oh,
sweet.
that's so
They're
sweet.
like, we come to watch you, miss. It's so nice. Yeah,
Oh, I bet it
really
was so
lucky.
nice to see them as well.
I got emotional because
Yeah.
they're such a huge part. I was with them for 7 months, this job, and all
Oh,
through their SATs, their residential. Year six is like a massive year for kids. Well, it seems
yeah.
that way
And
for
like
them, but
moving to secondary school as well.
yeah, totally. And
Massive transition.
it's just really nice. It was
Oh,
lovely. Yeah.
that's so
Awesome.
sweet. When you've been performing, what's been your moment where you felt like the most proud or the most like touching moment throughout your career so far?
I think it was during Bedknobs when um, we were at the Lowry in Salford, Manchester,
Yeah.
and that is the theatre that I used to go to when I was a kid. I saw
Yeah.
everything there, every tour, because it was our closest theatre, and I remember coming out to do my bow and just seeing my family and all my best friends there, and I thought, oh my God, I got really emotional. So I thought I used to sit in this theatre as a kid and think that I would never ever get the opportunity to do this.
Oh,
And I am. And I think it was the only time that it really settled in
yeah.
that this has been like a dream forever, and it was actually happening. So that was really magical. Any venue that I go to that has friends or family is when you realize, oh shit, like they're coming to watch me.
Yeah, you're like, "Oh
That's
my goodness,
crazy.
I'm
It's
actually doing
weird.
this."
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so weird. And with this show, they sell little gingerbread puppets,
Oh, cute.
like the merch.
Yeah.
And when you're doing bows, like kids will hold them up, and it's just like, oh my God, that's I do that for a living.
Yeah.
That's so cool. It's so sweet. Yeah, moments like that is really humbling.
Yeah,
Really.
so wholesome as well.
Yeah.
When you were younger, did you have an interest in performing? Like, when was your pivotal moment when you thought, okay, like I'm actually going to do this as a career?
Oh, okay. I've always loved performing.
Yeah.
My school, second, because I'm from a little town called Kendal, and there's not much exposure to performing arts. There is now, but when I was there, not as much.
Yeah.
And I remember our school hadn't done school shows, and when I joined, it was their first year. They decided, let's do a musical,
Yeah.
and we did Grease when I was in year seven, and I was like, oh, this is fun. And then we did We Will Rock You when I was in year eight,
Yeah.
and I remember I got a role, and I thought, oh my God, um, I didn't think I would. And then I did it and thought, oh shit, this is it. That's it. Done. I thought, Mum, I need to go to dance, I need to go to stagecoach, I need to do all that was I was like, okay, I'm sold. And then I decided to not do sixth form and I went to a performing arts college in my hometown.
Yeah.
And I think from then on I just thought, yeah, this is what I want to do. And when I'd get to school, I'd be excited about music and drama and
Yeah.
dance. Like
Like the arts.
those are yeah, I'd be excited about them. And I thought, I want to have a career in something I'm excited about every day. Not, I don't want to dread going to work.
Yeah.
I want to find something I'm really passionate about. So,
Doing something you
yeah,
love.
probably around year eight, I was around 12, 13 is when I went,
Yeah.
yeah, I should probably do this for a living.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
So with your teaching, did you
hmm
then have to do like a teaching qualification to be able to teach like year six, for example?
No. So I do it through an agency and I work with kids who need more assistance. So I'm more like a learning support.
Nice.
Um, But because I've done it for like 2 or 3 years now,
Yeah.
um, it's you can do a lot with the experience you have. Obviously, I can't lesson plan or teach full time. I'm not on a teacher's salary.
Yeah.
But when you gain a relationship with the school, there's more responsibility that you're given. Um, and I really enjoyed that. But I would, if I get an opportunity, for instance, if I'm doing a show in town ever, I would probably take that year to get a PGCE. I think it's really
Yeah.
useful.
It's a good
It's
thing to
just
have in
something
your
I
back
want to
pocket.
do. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And with PGCEs, you can go and then you can teach drama and you can teach music, like specialized subjects, because I've got a drama degree.
Yeah.
Um, it's something I really want to do. So finding the time, I will eventually. But for now, I just stick to
Yeah,
the
it's
learning
good. It's
support,
good. It's
more
a good little
one-on-one.
backup that you can go to.
It's so nice. I would recommend it to anyone. Like, it's just being with kids takes your minds off everything else because your
Yeah.
focus is them, and it's so interesting to see their outlook on life.
Yeah.
I love it. I love that job.
I teach children dancing on Saturdays, and
Oh,
I can
really?
completely agree that it's just like for that morning, you're just like in a different world, and it's
It's in
just
your own zone. It's
yeah,
and they're just so weird. They're so weird. Kids are actually bizarre. The
yeah, like
stuff they
some
come
of the
out with, I'm
stuff
like,
they yeah.
well, what's going on? They ask you shit, and you're like, oh my God, okay. What age
Yeah.
kids do you teach?
From 3 to 18.
Okay. Oh God. Oh, so like
Real range, yeah.
the whole
Yeah.
childhood.
hmm Um, some of the stuff they say, like the other day, this is actually hysterical. One of the children said to me, Miss Matilde, is it really a real unicorn that delivers presents on Christmas? And I was like,
You're like, how do
how
I?
do I answer that? Whose parent has told them that it's a unicorn?
But you've got to go along. You're like, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm
It's
like,
like a performance, isn't it? You
yeah.
just, yeah.
I'm like, oh, I don't know. And one time I had this like when I had my hair re-dyed, I had like a blonder streak like at the front, and I had my hair tied up so it was quite visible.
Yeah, yeah.
The kids goes, Miss Matilda, have you been struck by Elsa's magic powers?
Oh, that's so sweet. It's always the hair. They always know it's the hair.
Yeah,
I once dyed
nails.
my hair
Mm,
every time. I dyed my hair red when it was because I'm naturally brunette. I'm not naturally a redhead.
yeah.
And one of the kids went, "Miss, you dyed your hair." Yeah, I don't like it. I thought, oh, all right, that's fair enough. Well, at least you're honest. Thank you.
Yeah,
What do you say? You're like, and then you thinking, oh God, why do I trust like an 8-year-old's opinion? Now I'm like,
yeah.
should I have dyed my hair?
You're like,
Don't
oh
know.
God, like, do I go
Yeah.
back to the
Is it
hairdresser?
really bad, guys?
Yeah.
Uh,
That's funny. Or if you're like wearing something different, they're like, oh,
hmm
that's a nice top, Miss Matilda. And I'm like, thanks,
They
do you
either love it or
know
hate it.
that?
Thanks for the honesty, guys.
Oh, it's so funny. If you
It's the
didn't
best.
end up performing or you didn't
Mhm.
end up like doing any of the teaching stuff, where would you have seen yourself? What job do you think you would have had?
Ooh, I mean, it kind of is to do with performing. I think I probably would have gone down the costume route.
Yeah.
Um, I've always thought about it, and probably more the making side than the designing. But
Yeah.
like working with loads of different costume departments in the jobs that I've done, it's interesting to see how many different roles. Like, I would love to be the buyer. Just someone who gets given a list and has to go and buy. Oh my God, yeah.
So
Has to
fun.
go and get the different fabrics. Like it just, yeah, it's stressful because they have so little time.
Yeah.
But oh, it just looks so fun to be in that world.
What are your costumes like in Shrek?
Oh, I mean, the costumes in general, I only wear 2 costumes in the show. I'm saying only, but it's because people wearing like six or seven.
Yeah.
Um, I wear this amazing like uh green and red catsuit glitter elf thing. They were
No.
like, "Oh, you're gonna play an elf," and I pictured, "Oh, I'm gonna be this like short in a little waistcoat with the little bunny shoes." No, 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 no. Philip Whitcomb, our designer, made this like it is incredible. I don't even know how to describe it. It's like steampunky. He's made
That's
all the
cool.
costumes a bit more like real life.
Yeah.
Um, and it is so beautiful. And it's got loads of buckles and belts and this amazing like cami thing. I love my costume. And then
No.
I wear like a black morph suit to do the puppetry stuff. So
Yeah.
not really a costume as such, but my elf is really beautiful.
That's cool. How do the costumes compare to the West End production that was in town?
Sure. I think they're really different. I mean, obviously with characters like Donkey and Shrek, you can't stray too far because it's
Yeah.
based on the film. But the ensemble in particular are like nowhere near the same. He's taken all the characters and then put his own spin on it, which I love.
That's really
Um,
good. Yeah.
it's just really cool. And
Mm,
Fiona's a bit more like Regency period. She's got like I think Fiona's on Broadway is like a patterned green kind of periody dress, but
yeah.
Joe wears this amazing velvet green with like big sleeves and this waistcoat that comes on and
Yeah.
off and
It's
the gold
nice.
trim. It's really beautiful. I love that he's taken something that is iconic and well known and been able to keep it iconic and well known, but still him. It's
Yeah.
really cool. And I
Little
think the
touch.
same sort of goes for the set. Like we've got the toilet, Shrek's toilet with the little moon cut out in the window.
Yeah.
That's the same, but everything surrounding it is slightly different.
Yeah.
It's
It's nice.
clever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it like working with Joanne Clifton?
Oh, she's a dream, honestly. She
Oh,
is so, she's just such like a joyous human.
yeah.
She's mental, don't get me wrong, and she won't mind me saying, but she's just got such a positive energy. And
Yeah.
obviously, I'd seen her on Strictly, obviously,
Yeah.
but I didn't know she could sing like that. And I
She's
remember the first day,
amazing.
she can sing, really amazing voice. In the rehearsal room, I remember hearing her sing for the first time and just being like, this is magic.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't seen her in anything before. I knew that she'd done loads of stuff. And Joe's album's just come out, literally 2 days ago. She
Oh, nice.
she's released an album and it's stunning. Go listen to it,
Look
it's
at
amazing.
that. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good. You can tell on stage, like when I saw it, you can just tell that she like carries her energy. Like she's just like a
She
ray
does.
of sunshine.
It's just hilarious. Everyone in this company is amazing. Like we're so fortunate. Everyone gets on with each other and
So
is just a
lovely.
nice, kind person at heart. I think that is the most important thing.
Yeah.
And everyone's a bit mad, and I think you have to be.
Yeah, you have to be. It's so
Everyone
nice when you're
is.
spending so much time with all the same people that you have
Yeah.
that relationship. Like you
Oh,
would
for
want
sure.
that's
They're
so
like your family when you're on tour,
yeah. Are you doing
especially
anything
weekly.
are you doing anything Christmassy, like Secret Santa?
Yeah, we are. We're doing so much stuff. So last night we went to Funny Girls in Blackpool, which is the
Oh,
big drag
cool.
show.
Yeah.
And I'd never been, and oh my God, it was amazing. I've got to go again. Um, and then we're doing Secret Santa on the 27th.
Nice.
And our we have just found out that our like tech teams, everyone backstage and in the band, have been cast in the Nativity. So on the 28th, I believe, we are watching all our backstage crew perform the Nativity for us. So
Oh,
can't wait.
that's fantastic.
Yeah,
That's gonna be great.
it'll be so fun.
Where's your next location?
So our next location is the 14th of January, and we are in Glasgow at the King's Theatre. And then
Yes.
the week after, I'm in Edinburgh. So we are there for in Scotland for 2 weeks, which is really
It's
nice.
nice because you like as well, like you are moving around quite a lot, but you're staying in the same place for quite a
Yeah.
lot of time, which is nice because
So
you move.
exactly. There's been a few mental jumps. Like we'll be in the north, and then we've got to go to like Eastbourne, which is like, oh God. But next year's schedule's much better.
That's
Much
nice.
better.
Just like smooth.
Yeah, really nice.
Yeah. Going back to when you said you were doing the puppetry, so that's
Yeah.
like a big dragon, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
How is it doing that? Did you have to like do workshops?
So kind of. I mean, weirdly, I've done puppetry in every job I've done, and
Really?
I haven't trained in puppetry. I think, yeah, I don't know why. It just keeps coming to me. I'm like, okay, I guess
You're
I'll
like, I
start on the
guess I'm a
spotlight.
puppeteer
Yeah,
now.
yeah, highly skilled. Um, so
Get that
they
on your
are,
CV.
yeah, I am. I'm literally like pushing it in every job. Our puppet designer brought in he made the skeleton of the dragon so it didn't have any of its dressing on. And we
Yeah.
had a few sessions in that. And then we were sort of just given it in tech. And we were like, okay, I guess we're gonna go for it.
Just stood holding it
Yeah,
like, is anyone going to
cool,
show us how to
cool.
work this or?
Yeah, yeah. But then he spoke it through then, and obviously Nick Winston had choreographed where we were going. He knew where we wanted to map out. So we had like our tech was most of our rehearsal for that really. Um, And yeah, it changes every venue because the stage gets bigger and smaller, and sometimes we have the columns in, and sometimes they're out, and sometimes the boys that are dancing are closer to us, or Cherry is slower one day or quicker one. And it's like you have to be really adaptable with
Yeah, just be on
the
it.
puppet. Yeah. But I use four puppets in this show. So the dragon, I got two Gingies, and then that funny little bluebird on a stick. So
Yeah.
this show is like puppetry central for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it definitely should be in your highly skilled on that CV.
Well, I'll be putting it on after this for sure.
Yeah, for
For
sure.
sure.
So you've got the Gingy, the like free hand one, and then you have the one
Yeah.
in the tray, don't you?
Yeah. So I've got the one on the torture rack, so the one that's strapped
Yeah.
in, and then the one that I just hold him. Um, I prefer the one that I hold. He's so cute.
Oh,
It's
is there
actually really nice.
multiple ones or is it just one?
There's two. So the
Yeah.
one that gets stretched on the torture chamber obviously has like a stretching mechanism. If we
Yeah.
kept that on, then he would be like 3 foot tall. So we had to obviously make a new one.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's so fun. It must be such a
Yeah,
fun show to work on because it's just like crazy. Like there's
it
loads.
is just mental. And like it's so interesting that audience's reaction is so different every city we go to. I mean, everyone laughs at the bit where they're farting all over the place because
Yeah.
for some reason adults and children are like farts are just
Toilet
funny.
humor, just
It's
laugh
just
at it.
funny. And the first time we thought we're all laughing, thinking, "How old are we? Why are we finding this funny?" It just is. It just is. But it's just fun. Like coming to work every day, no matter what your day's been, you know that this show is not serious in any way, shape, or form,
Yeah.
and that is such a blessing, being able to just sort of like relax into the job.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not chill, obviously, because
It's hard
I'm
work.
quite fortunate. It's hard work. I'm fortunate that, I mean, a lot of the dancers in the show, it is a lot. Like
Yeah.
those routines are mega. Um, but it's just joy. It's so fun.
Yeah.
It's so worth it. So rewarding.
It's
Yeah,
great. And a great show to bring family, friends to.
exactly. The
It's-
kids love it, and obviously adults love it too.
I mean,
It's a good happy medium between both. Yeah,
I've loved Shrek ever since I was like 3. Like my mum's got
me
a video
too.
of me dancing to Shrek, and I was like,
It's so good. It is iconic. The films are just amazing.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
they're great. Shrek 2's the best.
It is the best. I wish they'd made the show about Shrek 2 because it is better. But also
Shrek
you
2
can't
is
because
the ultimate best.
yeah, it's brilliant.
Like
Everyone
when
says that. It's weird.
I don't know why, but like Shrek 1, it just exists. Like Shrek 1 is like the original, the classic.
Yeah,
Shrek 2 is like where like the money maker is.
where the shit happens. Yeah. And it's
Shrek-
got that did you have the DVD or like the video when you were younger?
yeah, and it's got the games.
Yeah, the fucking Pop Idol with Simon Cowell. Like, what? And I've seen it popping up on Instagram at the moment, and everyone's like, "Was this a fever dream or did that actually happen?" I'm like, "No, I'm pretty
No,
sure we
yeah,
all witnessed." And they sing "I'm Too Sexy for My Shirt." Oh,
yeah.
I loved
No,
that
why has
DVD.
that unlocked like my whole
Yeah, all
childhood?
the memories.
Yeah, and on that extra thing, and I swear there's like interactive stuff on there as well.
Yeah, there was, and you
There's
could pick
like
who you wanted
things.
to vote for.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that was it.
it's
Yeah,
so good.
that is so funny. And like the songs in that one, like the fairy godmothers, like
Yeah.
nip and tuck here and there,
Yeah.
and then
And she goes to that drive-in in the sky in the car,
yeah,
and
yeah,
she
in the
gets the fried
car.
chicken.
Oh yeah.
It's so good. It
And
is
then
better.
it's like a massive
Hopefully they make show.
axe.
Yeah,
This comes with the first
yeah, like a Happy Meal toy.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
This
Oh,
comes
it's
with
so
the
good.
evil meal.
Medieval me.
I could quote that show. Also, why is the soundtrack so good?
It's popping off.
Like,
Holding out for just what did she sing? Not holding out for a hero. It is that
no,
when
it
he
is.
Gingy turns massive and they have that whole thing with the
Yeah, yeah.
drawbridge. Oh, it's
And
so
then
good.
when they're in the fairy godmother's like house, like
And
place,
all the bottles smash.
ever fall in love with someone?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Such a good
That's too
soundtrack.
good.
And then at the beginning, when they're like the mermaid, the wave goes over Shrek, and then Fiona
Oh,
gets
she's
and it's a mermaid. Why is it such a good film that I'm gonna
It
watch it?
is. I actually need to watch it. I haven't watched Shrek since I've been in it. I think obviously I'm a bit Shreked out, but Shrek 2, I should probably get it on.
Yeah. And also, you need to tell the producers to do a Shrek 2 the musical.
I know. I'm surprised they didn't. Honestly, I think it would be a hit.
It would be great. And
But
it
then
like
would
Harry Potter, like part 1, part
yeah,
2.
two parts. I was gonna say,
Beginning.
would people want to go and see one and then two, or would you just want to go and see two? Because let's face
Yeah,
it, that's what we'd want.
who's great. But
Yeah.
they've done a great job of the musical with one. Like the story's great.
They have, haven't they? I mean, it's weird because they've only used "I'm a Believer" from the film.
Yeah,
I think I personally think they should have used more,
yeah.
but
It's probably a copyright thing as well because
it
there are a
is,
lot of pop like songs like classics.
yeah. But I'd say in that I love the soundtrack to the musical. Like
Oh, it's
it
great.
is, it's so good.
Yeah. Freak
Yeah,
Flag, great
it's
song.
my favorite. I mean, I'm biased because obviously it's the most fun to do, but
Yeah.
it is the best.
Yeah, no, it's a great, such a feel good soundtrack. Like all the
Yeah,
songs are so like upbeat. The
it's
little
fab.
like they have that little tap number with all the
Yeah,
like, they've done such a good job of it.
they
Like
have.
so creative.
It's
And
brilliant.
to wrap this up, I'm gonna do you like a
Sure.
Shrek pop quiz.
Oh God.
So
Okay. Yeah.
they're easy questions,
Okay. Let's
but it's
see.
like quick fire. Okay, and
Okay.
it's based
Okay.
on the first film, so like the film that the musical is based off.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so easy question first. Where does
Yeah.
Shrek live?
In the swamp.
Yes. What type
Yeah.
of animal becomes Shrek's sidekick?
Oh, donkey.
Yeah, oh, Donkey's great. Also, in the musical, the guy who plays Donkey is a 10 out of 10.
Brandon.
He's
So funny.
so
Brandon
good.
is hysterical on stage and off. He is brilliant.
Yeah,
He is brilliant.
they've cast that so well. He's
They have perfect
amazing.
casting.
Who is the little guy in Shrek?
Who's the little guy?
Yes.
Oh, Lord Farquaad.
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, oh yeah, of course.
And what is the name of Lord Farquaad's kingdom?
Duloc.
Yes. That's a good one as well. The song, did they do
What's
that
up,
in the
Duloc?
musical?
Yeah. So the intro that's like
Duloc is.
yeah, that's in the musical, just a little bit. And
Yeah.
then it goes into the big number. That's
Yes.
funny.
Yeah, that's good. What food item does Shrek compare ogres to?
Onions.
Yes. Who is the sleeping princess at the top of the tower?
Fiona.
Yes. This is an easy quiz. I found it on
It
Google.
is. I'm like, oh, I can even answer this.
I can
Get
do this
in.
with my eyes closed.
Yeah.
Why does Shrek rescue Fiona? Now, this is a bit of a plot, so you've got to explain it.
So Shrek rescues Fiona because he has gone to Lord Farquaad to ask for his swamp back, and Lord Farquaad says, "Yes, I'll give you your swamp back if you go and rescue the princess for me," because he is too scared of the dragon and the lava.
10 out of
So,
10.
10 out of 10
Wait,
for
there's
that.
one more. There's one more.
Okay, fab.
What is Princess Fiona's secret?
Oh, that she's an ogre. She turns into an ogre when the sun sets. Only when the sun sets.
That's clever how they did that as well in the musical with the like
Yeah. And fun
penny.
fact, that's not Joe. It's not Joanne.
Is it
She
not?
has,
Is there a double
no,
in there?
there's a double. Our amazing Mama Bear, Jessica Lim, plays
Wow.
Fiona's
He
body
doubles
double.
up. Yeah.
Yeah. Not
Oh,
always. At the end of Act 1, it is Joe, but all the other times it's Joe.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
So that's a cool little
Little
thing to watch
fact.
out for if you go watch
Yeah.
it. You watch
Yeah.
or listening. Is there any like hidden gems in the show that you always do, like backstage?
Oh yes. In Donkey's first number, Don't Let Me Go, me and like 9 members of the crew have a routine and it's getting bigger every week. There's that. A lot of stuff happens backstage actually. There's we have this barn that comes down and there's
Yeah.
always a member of stage management behind it. And if you catch their eye, you gotta play rock, paper, scissors with them. That's another thing.
That's funny.
That's just stupid. You
It's
gotta
so
keep like
random.
and it's stuff that you would like never know because obviously you can't see.
Yeah. It would be like a
Everyone
whole
has a
show
love.
in itself watching the
Oh
backstage.
yeah, 100%. I've got loads. I'm really guilty of it. I'm like, oh, let's make a tradition there and there. I find them really fun,
It's so
keeping
fun.
me busy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, it's got to be done. You've got to
it
keep
has.
on your toes.
Yeah.
And very last question.
Cool.
Who are you nominating to come next on the podcast? So it could be someone in the Shrek crew, it can be someone in the
Ooh,
industry, it could be anyone. Director, choreographer.
I I think you got to talk to my amazing friend Rob Madge.
Rob Madge. Yes.
Yeah, you
So
got
you
to
did
talk to Rob.
Bed Knobs and
I
Broomsticks
did with
together.
Rob, and then Rob, obviously, because they are going to uh Broadway with My Son's
Oh,
a Queer. So hopefully, I'm going to go out there in May.
that
And
would
it's an excuse really to go to New York.
yeah.
I'm just saying, I'm going to watch the show, but I just want to go to New
My
York.
Son's a Queer is an amazing show. I went to see it.
Incredible piece of theatre. Yeah. A testament to the amazing person that Rob is as well, because what you see on screen is really what they're like in person. They are
Yeah.
such a beautiful person. So get them on here. And
Yeah.
they're very interesting and funny, obviously.
I'll definitely reach out to Rob. Rob would
Yeah.
be great on this.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Georgie.
No,
It's been
thank
amazing.
you.
It's been great. And to everyone listening, see you next week.
Yay. Thank you so
Bye.
much. See you
Thank you.
later.